Yesterday, we learned sum versus SumX as part of the iterator functions. Now, today also, we'll go and try one more iterator function that is called as RankX. RankX. So the RankX has typical syntax. Let us go and try to understand what is the syntax of the RankX. So the RankX typical syntax is something like that. Returns the ranking of a number, in a list of numbers for each row in the table argument. So it's a measure or it's a new table. What is the return type? It is scalar value. One value it is going to return. One number it is going to return. So it is scalar value. That means it is a measure. It's a measure. Now here we have parameters called as, first we have to pass the table. Second, we have to pass the expression. These two are mandatory or optional.
They are mandatory.
They are mandatory. Okay, good. And you see there is a value, then order, then ties. So these are three things are optional. You study something about each parameter. Table is nothing but any standard table, or it is a table which is constructed using other tax formula. Meaning, using filter, we can create the one table. Using calculate, we can create the one table. Calculate auto, one table. Using all, one table. All except one table. We have so many DAX functions are available, which return type is table. Yesterday also we learned one of the DAX function. The return type of that one is what? Table. What is the DAX function we learned yesterday? Like that function, all. The all return type is what here? Table. What is return type? Table. Our friend asked one more thing, sir, what is the scenario? At that moment also we said all except. Okay, this also removes all context filters in the table except filters that have been applied. So this also going to return the table only output. So you can use directly table, or you can write a DAX formula which returns the table. Any expression you can write it based on what column you have to give the ranking. For a student, we'll give the ranking based on the marks. For an employee, you'll give the ranking based on the what will give the productivity, whatever he is doing it. Okay, how much work he is able to do it. That is important. It's not important like how many hours he's spending in the office. It's not important like how much qualification he has. Okay, those all things are not matter. Right now, whatever work we have it, how much productivity he is doing. Right. Now, next is value. This is mostly we will not use it. As of now, leave it. That is not required. Next is available order. Whenever we are giving the ranking, for example, in case of student, okay, then we taken the marks we taken. Student called as Ram, marks called as 10, student called as, let us say, John, marks called as, let us say, 12. Then how we are going to give the ranks here? Ask a rank, how you are going to give it? Which one is the first rank? Yeah, right. 2, 1. Here what you did is more marks person as a first rank, right? More marks student as first rank. That's what you did it. Now, second I am giving here product, then we have here negative feedback by users, by number of users, number of users. Negative feedback by number of users. Negative feedback. This all is one column only. This all is one column only. And next is rank. Now we go for a product called as uh, Apple phone. Apple phone 13 also released, right? Okay. Now native feedback by number of users is, for example, 10. Now next we are going here. Next we are going here. Samsung, then some particular phone. Okay, it's and your native feedback given by people is let us say 12. Now tell me what is the rank here? Rank always will give rank
1, 2.
always we will give for goodness. Rank always will give for goodness. Meaning, what is the rank we are going to provide here now?
1, 2.
1. That's right. This is 2. In this case, what you did is now less native feedback customers then ranked as 1. Ranked as 1. Here and here both are different, correct? The scenario is different. Here if you get the more marks, he is the winner. Here we get the native feedbacks less, then he is the winner here. Agree about these points?
Yes.
Okay. By default, what system is doing? By default, what system is doing? If you see here, this is the default value, and default value, what it is saying here, highest number in expression is given as a 1. By default, this is what the default behavior. More marks 1 is the default or going to behave it. However, of course, most of the situations also in our regular life, whatever you see, he has more money than he is the number one richest man in the world. Okay, he got more marks than he is the first rank guy. Okay, something like that. More only will give the first point, first rank. But there are here and there some scenarios are available. Less scenarios also we have to give first rank. That kind of scenario is this one. If you want to configure this kind of things, we need to specially tell to the machine, hey, give me lowest number as 1. Lowest number as 1. But by default, system will be giving highest number as what? 1. Okay. Next is available tie. Tie meaning here, for example, I'm increasing now. Let us take this table. Let us take this table. Yeah. Let's take this table and we take the number of records as, let's say, Simba, then 12, then we'll write here 1. And also for proper ordering purpose, I will write here Ram. Okay, now here we are trying to take care one more thing. Let us say Jessie, then she got, let us say 9 marks. And what is the rank? We'll write rank later. Then next we have here Andrew. And we got, let us say, 8 marks. Then next, something like that. Enough. Okay, for better. we'll give this also as a 12, for example. So whenever we got the same rank, sorry, same marks, how the ranking system will work? First, we'll give all these three members as number one guy, number one guy, number one guy, because all are same. Because all are same. Now, next question. Will argue like that?
Number 2 Jesse, Andrew number 3.
Okay. Here the thing is number 2 will give, or we will give number 4 will give. That's what we need to think about. Okay, number 3 will give, or number 4 we have to give. That's how we have to think it. Suppose you given the skip is the option we given. Rank by using the skip property. Rank by using the skip property. Rank by using the skip property. Then what is the rank we have here? 1.
1 1 1 4 5
1, how many times it is repeating?
3
How many times repeating? 1 plus
3
1
times
plus 3 is equal to how much?
4
That's what the next we are going to write here, 4. So these three
9
members given the 1, that is reason second and third will not be there in our case. Then next is 5. If you go rank not based on the skip, rank based on the tens. Rank based on the tens you go. Here also there is no change. 1, then next also 1,
1
next also 1. Next is we are going to get 2.
4
Next is we are going to get 3.
3
If you go based on the tens, this is how it works. Is it clear? So read this one. The next rank value after a tie. We got the tie here between three members. We got the tie. Is the rank value of the tie plus the rank value of the tie plus the count of tied values. The count of tied values are here. Three members are tied. So 1 plus 3, that gives me 4. In this example, for example, if we have 5 values are tied with a rank of 11, then the next value will be 11 plus 5, that becomes 16. Did you understand? In case of dense, then there is no missing. Density is more. In physics, you might be studied density is more. What is the meaning of density is more? In physics, density is more. What is the meaning of that one? There is no gaps. Like you take the ice cube. That is also part of the water. Water itself also part of the water. Vacuum also part of the water. But which has the more density? Which has the more density? Hmm? Out of these three things, which has the more density?
water
Hey, water has more density, or ice has more density?
ice
Yeah. Where we have the molecules tied together very tightly, very closely, without no gap. That thing is called as density is more. In our case also here, we are trying to make sure there is no gaps. We're trying to make sure there is no gap. There is no gap. That is the reason it's called as what type of thing? It's a dense rank. There is no gaps. There is no gaps. Dense means no gaps. Dense means what? No gap. In my world, I can say you can compare with physics concept. Ice has no gaps in the molecules. That's what we are getting solid product. Water has, yes, we do have the gaps. In case of vacuum, so much of gap between molecule to molecule, so much of gap. Okay, right. Now we are clear about that point. Let us go and try to implement one simple example. Let us go to our notes. Now we understand this is all theory. Let us go for implementation. We have here creating ranking measure by using one file. Let me open the file. So this is the file which I already prepared. Now open the file, add the following measure. What we are trying to do here, RankX. We have to consider all the products. Any filters are available also. We are removing those filters and we are applying the ranking. What is the purpose of all? We know already all purpose. What is the purpose of all?
Removes all the filters.
Exactly. Removes all the filters, whatever available, then it try to apply the filter. So that's what we used here. All we used it. All is going to remove all the filters. All the filters is going to remove. This function is useful, clearing filters and creating calculations on all the rows in a table. Now, let us go and try to do that activity. We are going to the page 2. In the page 2, I have already 2 columns are available. Let us try to observe those 2 columns. First column is saying as what is the name of the product. Second column is saying as what is the quantity, and it is available in the descending order or ascending order. Descending order or ascending order.
Descending.
Descending order, it is available. So first big number, then small number, then small number, then small number, something like that is going on. Now I want to provide a rank. So you can go to the sales, then we can go to the 3 dots. We can create a new measure column. We can create it. Let's try to create a new measure. So new measure. Now we want to go for using the RankX. We are creating the measure. So let me give you a simply rank. Now we are trying to give as RankX. RankX using the table. The table is by considering all the products which are available. You can pass here table name or you can pass here column name. So let me pass here product. From the product table, product column I am passing. Product, then product column is available, product column I am passing. Okay, you can pass table or you can pass column. Now first parameter is completed. Now second parameter is based on what you want to give this one. I want to give this one based on the quantity, how much we sold it. That's it. Let us go and try to enter. Now if you bring this one into this table, we'll see what is the rank is going on. Now we selected this, then rank we are trying to pull here. Wow, beautiful. This one is 1, this one is 2, 3, something like that. There is a tie between road 650 red 48, road 650 red 62. The tie is 1886, 1886. Value is what? 10, 10. Now you got here gaps or not? If you got gaps, it is a dense or it is a normal? Is it normal rank or is it dense rank?
Is the skip?
Yeah, skip. So it is a normal rank. That's how we'll do generally. That's how we'll do generally. Now it is a normal rank. So I want to behave this as a dense rank. If you want to behave this as a dense rank, all you have to change in our calculation is go here and we need to introduce next parameter. You know, next parameter is what? Value. I am not interested about it. I'm not interested about it. As you're not interested about it, just don't speak anything. Put one more comma so that automatically it will go to the next parameter. What is this? Fourth. Fourth is talking about the order. You have to give the higher number as a first rank or lower number as a first rank. That's what the meaning. So that also I don't want to comment anything because by default it's taking what? Ascending order only. Now next is available here. Last one. What is this? ties.
Got
In case of tie, what way I need to take the decision. So now we are trying to provide it as a dense. Now you can notice in case of 1886, thereafter we are seeing here 11. There is no gap. There is no gap. For example, I have here small number, for example, go down, 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 go down. Looks like these are the numbers are available. I think 156 is the small number what we have. 156 number, 94 rank is available. I'm thinking small number should give here first rank. Then what changes you need to do? You need to go here and we have to change this one as a fourth parameter we have here. The fourth parameter is called as
Ascending.
descending.
Descending.
Descending means first one we are a small number we are going to give the first rank.
Ascending, sir.
Sorry.
Ascending order to
Ascending.
descending.
Okay. Now we are trying to provide here ascending. Then see what changes are there. Now we can notice 2 looks like one more number is available. We need to figure it out where it is. Maybe it is blank, it may be 2, 3, 4. But we come to understand one point very clearly. Small number is given as a higher rank, I mean second rank. That means good number, right? And bigger number, whatever we have in our data, that is given as a big rank. This generally will do in case of negative feedback case, we are going to give it. But default behavior is we are interested. So let us go and try to use the default behavior. Default behavior.
There is one.
Where one may be assigned to the blank record. Okay. Now you can notice here we have here one is came for 2977. There is a one more problem also there. If you go and try to see in the bottom, did you add the ranks? Here you can notice in the bottom, some reason we got here 1, we got it. Is it correct?
No.
So this is a problem. We need to remove this one. To remove that one, you need to understand one more function that is called as has one value. Has one value is the one function is available as one value. So as one value is falling under information functions, we are trying to know information first. Returns true when the context for the column name has been filtered down to one distinct value only. At least we have one value means that is going to write the true. If you have no value means it's going to write here false. As one value, then column name we have to pass it. Tell me total is part of the product name column is on product.
No, sir.
Right, based on that logic we are going to do that one. In this row if I have product name then only do the ranking, otherwise don't do it. That's what we are going to ask to the system. Each row, if you find the product name, then only do the ranking. If there is no product name, some blanks are available, then don't do ranking. That's what we are going to ask to the formula. Let us try to select our rank here. Now we will say has one value function we are going to use it. As one value function we are going to use it. Let us try to do that one. If then we are going to write here if. First, let me explain if syntax also so that you feel more comfortable. If in the DAX. So this falls under logical functions. This is how we are going to write it. Logical test is what? Value if true, value if false. Suppose you see one example here. If price is less than 500, then we say it is a low cost. If it is more than that one, then we are going to say what's this? High cost. So if has three parameters internally, first one is logical condition. If it is true, what needs to be done? If it is false, what needs to be done? Is it clear? You can also write here nested ifs. You can write here. This is a nested if. If less than 500, then we are marking as a low. If less than 500, sorry, 1500, we are saying as what? Medium. If it is more than that also, then we are marking as what? High. This is called as nested ifs. Let us go and try to do at this point of time our logic. So if, then first we are writing the logic as one value. Which column has one value? The product column as one value. So let's take the product column as one value, comma. Then do this logic. Otherwise, don't do anything. That's it. We used only two parameters. I used it something like this. We are trying to write it only. True case, what needs to be done, I used it. False case, what needs to be done, I did not explain to the system. In case of false case, what needs to be done, you are not explained, then what system is going to write? Blank. In my case also, you can notice I used only two cases, I used it. That's the reason whenever it has one value, then it is calculating the rank. If it has no value, total is not belongs to product column, then what it is written here? What is written?
Nothing.
Nothing. That's what the system is saying. Okay, if you're not specifying anything, blank will be returned. So it is validating first, do I have really one value or not? If I have one value, then it will try to calculate this one. If you have no values, it is going to write here blank. Something like this RankX is working. Wow, beautiful. You learned now what you mean by RankX, you learned about it. You learned what you mean by RankX, you learned about it. On the way, you also learned one more thing. What's that? Has one value also, you learned about it. Okay, good. Now let us go and try to understand what you mean by selected value. What do you mean by selected value? I want to understand. Let us try to do that one. Let us try to do that one. Okay, let's take one more page. Then I am taking here one slicer. I taken here one slicer. Then I am taking here one column. That column is called as color. You know, colors are available like this. And I'm trying to take here, okay, one measure I'm creating. Let's say new measure. The measure is equal to selected value. Then we are trying to take here product color, for example. Okay, that's what the name. Now we give this name as user selected in slicer. Some name I am giving here. You can give any name. Now I want to bring this one to here. Let us say one table I am selecting in the bottom. For example, in this table, this column I am introducing it. Now I am selecting here blue and tell me what you are seeing in the result. What you are seeing in the result. Blue. If I select here gray, what you're seeing? Gray. If I select here red, what you're seeing? Red. If I see here silver, what you're seeing? Silver. If I select here red and silver both, is it working? No.
No.
This one will work only for single value selection. Selected value. You can see here it's not a plural, it is a singular. So what is the purpose of this function now by this time? We might understand what is the purpose of this function. What is the purpose of this function?
Selection. It shows what we have selected, but only one value.
Single one.
Right. Whatever value you selected, that value is showing here. Now, now this color corresponding, we might be having SKU. This color corresponding, you might be having SKU. If I write here SKU, what will happen? It's go for product key. Product key, then enter. Now we entered the product key. If select here red, then we got here nothing. Let me take best example, not this. We have somewhere product key here. The sales, we have, I think, product key. Nowhere. Product model list price. At least customer maintained the customer key. Yeah, customer ID they maintain. Let me do the exercise with the customer ID then. For example, now we are selecting here customer ID. We selected customer ID. It is displaying. Now here I am going here. Then I am trying to provide the formula whatever we have it. Use the selected formula. We are trying to say as customer name. We are saying it customer name. I think customer is nothing but customer name. Now we taken the formula, then I am trying to select here this one. Then we got here this customer key corresponding what you're seeing here. What is this?
Johnny. Customer name.
Customer name. This customer key corresponding customer name. If you want to see it, you can go and you can see it. It's not like whatever you selected here, that value is going to be stomped here. Whatever you selected, that respect to customer name you are expecting, that's what we got it. You selected this one, this respect to customer name is what this, so we have got it this. You got my point? Yes or no? Simba?
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for better understanding, even if you want, I can go and I can put here one more table. Static, I can keep here. I can keep here one more table, static. There I take here two columns, customer ID and customer name, both I'll keep here. And also I'll make sure this is not listening. This is not listening this. So go here, format, edit interactions. I will say don't listen that. Now it is going to show always all. Now if you select here 100, then it's showing here John Yang, because this key corresponding name is what? This key corresponding name is what?
John
Yang. For example, if I select now, if we select now 11007, then what you're expecting?
Marco Mehta.
Now let us go and try to select here and verify is it behaving like that or not. Yes, it is working like that. So overall, what I want to say is now we have here selected value. Selected value is nothing but user whatever selects in the slicer. User whatever selects in the slicer that respect to that corresponding or that respect to other values or same value, you can go on, you can write it. In previous example, same value taken. Now in this example, what is this? This customer ID respect to customer name is this that we are writing here. Got it? If I take here 10th one, we have some name. Let me take here 10th, then that name it is going to display. Something like that. Wow, beautiful. Now we know what you mean by selected value. Also, we are aware of it. Next, I want to understand what you mean by top N. Let us go and try to read the first help document. Top N. So if you go to the top N, what is syntax we have here? N value, table, order by expression. At least these three things are mandatory. Remaining all are what? Optional. Order is optional. Order by expression is optional, blah, blah. So if you see one of the example, you will be able to understand it. I want top N. How many you want? 10. Summarize product key. And based on what column we want here? Based on the total sales column we want it. Based on the total sales column we want it. The following sample creates a measure with the sales of the top 10 sold products. We are going to take here only top 10 sold product only. We are going to take it and we'll be creating it. Let's observe the syntax. Don't scare by seeing heavy of the formula. Okay, product, then product key, total sales. The total sales formula is what here? We are calculating USD. A number of other things we are making and we are trying to take the total sales. Let's take simple example so that we get more clarity. We'll go with our employee table data. We'll go with our employee table data. Let me close this file menu. New. I'm not interested in this. Close this. Do not save. And now we are all are matured enough to understand the initial scenario, whatever I opened. What is the initial scenario? This is the initial scenario, what I was expecting. If I select something 5, then I should be able to see what? Top 5 salaries. If I select here 4, then what I should be able to see?
4.
4 salaries. So here whatever we used it, individually all the functions we are aware of it. Now together we are trying to achieve this scenario. Do you know what is the meaning of VAR? Do you know what is the meaning of selected value? Yes. Do you know what is the meaning of RankX? And switch I did not explain, I think. Let us go for switch, then I'll come back. Sorry, I will go one more step. Switch I did not explain, so let us go first switch. Then I'll come to here. Switch is the simple lookup kind of thing I can say. Expression is what? If this expression is matching with this value, then that result. How many combinations of values and results you can write here? How many combinations of values and results you can write here?
2.
Many. See a dot is there, right? That means many we can write it. Finally, if you want to specify, else you can specify, or else you can ignore also because that is optional. So see one example here. Wow, beautiful example they given. They are going for the month as 1, then we are decoding that as what? January. I can compare this one now with expression. In the expression place now, what I have here? In the expression place now, what I have here? Month. In the place of the value, what I have here? 1. In the place of the result, what I have? January. Similarly, this is value, then result, value, result, value, result, like that. 12 times we written. After that, suppose a number is available inside this one, it's not falling 1 to 12, then we are saying as what? It's not found in the calendar, unknown month number. It's a beautiful example to understand switch statement. After seeing this one also, you are not understanding means you are not listening. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us go and try to see this example. Now we got all bare bones. All bare bones we got it. Individually we learned each function what it is doing. These all functions together we'll try to use to achieve the scenario. For this, even one more thing also we're introducing. Let's first build this one. Load EMP table data into Power BI file. It's very simple. It's very simple. We are trying to load from SQL Server. Let me take here. I'm going to SQL Server RRITEC DB. That is the database name. Then we are going for EMP, then load. Then I am trying to take here what is the e-name column, what is the salary column, which I am interested. Then also making this as a visibility wise good by making 100% size. Right. Here you can notice we have here, I think 15 records, something is available. Okay, this is what the data, what we have. Good job. Now, what is the next we want here? I want to go for what if parameter. This is one good thing they provided, what if parameter. Now, report view, click on the modeling menu, new parameter, then click on OK. What is the meaning? Go to the modeling view. There we have here new parameter. One moment. Right. Now I'm back. Let us go for new parameter. You can give any name you can provide here. Whatever name you want, you can provide it. We are giving as top n, we are giving. Any name you can give it. It is a whole number. Minimum value is 0, maximum value is 20, increment by 1. Suppose you want to see, sometimes people will be saying, hey, I am not interested about one pattern. I want like, okay, I want to see options as like top 5, top 10, top 15, something like that. Then increment by how much we have to show here? 5. And by default, I want to see, let's say 5 records I want to see it. Then we can provide here 5. Increment by what? 5. Default is 5. But time being, first let me go with the 1. I show that result. Then we move on to the next. Now click on here. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And you see in the down one option, add slicer to this page. We're also adding one slicer to this page. Let me click on OK. Now you can notice the slicer also added. I will try to bring this one to the top. Somewhere here I am bringing. Somewhere here I am bringing. Right. Now if you type here, let's say 5, then 5, then is it impacting? If selected
No.
5, it's impacting? No. For best understanding purpose, even I'll try to make this in the descending order of the salary. I'll try to make it. Now we got the 8,000, 5,000, something like this. If I select here, whatever I select here, is it impacting? No, not at all impacting. And are you able to select here 2, 3, something, those values?
No.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Because we given over there increment is equal to what we given, one only we given. That's the reason each and everything, if you want to select here, you can able to select it. If you provide over there increment by 5, then you'll able to select only 5 multiples. 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10, whatever we have it, right? That multiples only we'll able to select it. Okay, we understand what this is doing, but these two things are handshake is going on or handshake is not going on. Handshake is going on or handshake is not going on. Handshake is not going on. Each one is not communicating it. Now this value we have to pass here and have to create it something like that, one measure. Let us try to create here one measure. Don't bring the salary here. Just go and try to say remove the salary here. You create one new column like a salary and try to provide it. So that one we are going here. First, we are trying to go for what is my total sales that we are writing here, sum of employee sal. Okay, that is very easy task. Let us go and try to create here new measure. Then we say this as total is equal to sum of sal. Then total sal column we created. Now that is what this meaning. Next is create one more new measure with the name of top and sales. So let us go and try to, I'll explain the syntax, those things after a few minutes. First, let me keep here as it is new measure. Then we are trying to provide here. So what we are trying to do, this is the name of the, name. First line is nothing but name of the measure. This line, what we are doing, we are trying to create one variable to understand what you really selected. If you selected what value for that one, we are trying to go for the code in the second line. Third line, we are trying to return actual logic here. The logic is something like this. First, what will be stored in the selected top? You know already this result. If I select here 3, what will be my value of the selected top?
3.
3. You know already how this function is going to behave. If I select here 3, the selected top will be 3 now. 3 now. What are writing here switch? True. True means what? Always it's going for the validations. Always it is going for the validations. So we are saying as selected top is equal to 0. That means suppose here we have 3 means is it valid now? No, it's not valid, right? 3 we selected means as it is not valued, move on to the next one. Next is what we written. We written here RankX. This is the one pair. This is the one pair. And this is the another pair. So if it is this, if he selected a 0, that means what? Is not interested about anything. That means what? He is interested about all. 0 means we are taking here as all we are taking. 0 means we are taking as what? All. 0 means we are taking as what? All, for example, like that. Now, if we selected something, then we are making sure the RankX, you know how it is working. For all selected of employee name, total salaries, first we are giving the rank. The rank number should be less than selected top, less than or equal to. Like the total salaries we are trying to take here. Let us try to see how it works. Let us bring this one into the report. We're bringing this one into the report. Now we have here 3. So what we got here? 3 only we got or not? Actually, 3 only we got it because there is a tie. 3000, 3000, there is a tie or not? Between 3000 and 3000, there is a tie, right? Yes. If I select here, let us say something 7, then we got here how many records? 7 records we got it. 8000, 5000, 3000, 3000, then 2975, 2850, 2450. Then if I select here 1, then we are seeing here 1 means 1 only. If I put here 0, what will happen? All we are going to get, because 0 corresponding, what is the logic you written? 0 corresponding, what is the logic you written here? 0 corresponding, you said like, give me all the salaries, right? Are you getting my point? 0 means we are saying as give me all the records. If it is not 0, something else is given, then validate with the rank X. According to that one, you give it. That's what he's saying. Are you following?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. I think with this, we are good with this scenario, whatever available, we are good. Just try to practice it. Then we'll move on to the next chapter. I think this chapter is totally completed now. This rank X and that related one, we learned it. Today, let us summarize what you learned. You learned rank X, you learned as one value, you learned selected value, you learned instead of top n, we say here, what if parameter we learned about it. What we learned? What if parameter, how to create it. We created one parameter as a slicer, right? Then we went here, switch statement, how it is working. Even we went here, if else statement, how it is working. So these are the things what you learned today. Today, try to practice these things. Then tomorrow we'll meet and we'll go for the fresh lesson, whatever available in the sequence. I think we have next is Pure Modeling Lab on DAX Studios. We'll go something. Am I clear? And tomorrow, most probably class is at 8 a.m. Okay, tomorrow class is 8 a.m. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is it so? It has changed for us. It will be 9:30.
Yeah, for you.
9:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Happy weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Kathy, your friend not came today. You also came very late.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my
No.
sister.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. I will share the video what I discussed today. Please make sure
Okay.
she received that one. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank
Mhm.
Hello, sir.